What's up, traders? It's Robert Falco from Real Life Trading here with Jeremy Alexander Newsom. This is your Wednesday stock review. Happy Wednesday, real life traders and YouTube connoisseurs of the trading world. It's Robert Falco from Real Life Trading bringing you another Wednesday stock review. Well, we finally did it. We had a little bit of a pullback in the market. We only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and we didn't quite make it to 14 bullish days in a row, but 13, I mean, that's a pretty good run. We're relatively extended off the moving averages. If I go over here and turn RSI on, we did move into overbought. So we're having a little bit of a pullback. I do think that this open gap fills 100%. I don't know if it's going to fill, tomorrow, next week, or not until May or June, but I would definitely expect that this gap fills on the SPY. So things still look really bullish. Not that big of a deal that we had a little bit of a pullback. We can't go straight up forever as much as we would like to. Here's the Qs. Again, broke out of this downtrend really, really strong. We have an open gap over here. This lower wick is actually false, so that's an open gap. And then a little bit of an open gap there. I think all three of these open gaps, they're all retest gaps on the QQQ, on the NASDAQ, do end up filling at some point. This lower one might take a little bit longer to fill, but this one and this one here, I do think fill probably, again, within the next couple months. A lot of bullish days in a row. We made a new all-time high yesterday and almost did it again today, and we pulled back a little bit. Not really that big of a deal. So overall, still bullish on the markets, and I do think that we long-term go higher, but could have a little bit of a pullback. IWM actually had a nice day today, so this was a decent gap, nice little run up just into prior resistance, and then pulled back a little bit. But this is still a nice close on IWM. So overall, still in a bullish trend. I think IWM is going to be a little bit choppy, though, just because since this gap over here, I mean, we're still up 35% since November. I think that's the vaccine gap. Yeah, November 9th. That's that vaccine gap over there. So overall, IWM still bullish, just resting, chopping around a little bit, but nice candle out there today on the IWM. So feel free to comment below, by the way, on which indice you like to watch. An indexes, I guess, depends on how people say it. I've heard it all of the ways. If we go over to Tesla, just a phenomenal gap yesterday that cleared this bearish gap and go from over here that ended up failing, and then we broke out yesterday and we retested. We pulled back, I think, almost exactly 50%, maybe a little bit further, of that long day candle. So if you've watched our free beginner or intermediate series, you'll know those long day candles usually retest about 50%, and that's what happened today. So I actually got triggered into a piece of a swing trade on Tesla, going to be buying the dip as it pulls back here and then looking to play it long. But the close, I mean, even today we're still above that like 720 resistance area, 718. So even though it is a little bit of a pullback, I don't think that's that big of a deal. We're still holding this overall trend. Looks like a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders. Be bullish. We know they're going to crush earnings that they already crushed deliveries. So I think they're going to have pretty solid earnings. Do I think it just runs to 1,000? No, I think it's going to be a little bit choppy, but I do think that overall the trend is definitely going to be bullish, and this gap was just phenomenal. And this candle intraday, Tesla definitely traded like it did back over here yesterday. So today, just a little bit of a pullback, but not too big of a deal. Johnson & Johnson, I know there was some news out there around the vaccine getting paused. I think there were 6 individuals, not that those 6 individuals are important. They got some blood clots, but I think the shot was given to 6 million plus people, and 6 out of 6 million, like that is literally 1 in a million. So if you think hey, am I going to have an issue with this? That literally 1 in a million chance. And so I think that this pullback on J&J, kind of dumb. Obviously, the market is buying the dip. We did pull back into the 100. So if you added there, I'm already in some J&J. I didn't add any more, but I'm definitely not worried about the position at all. I'm plenty profitable on it. I've had for a while. So I think J&J still bullish into earnings. Obviously, who knows what's going to happen on earnings, but I think the whole pausing the vaccine, it's just from a stock standpoint, not getting into any of the other stuff, but from a stock standpoint, I don't think it really matters too much. And it looks like the market is buying the dip on J&J. So stay long J&J, in my opinion. I am. Fastly. So Fastly finally bouncing, finally has a 7 handle back in front of it in the 70s. So it does have a little bit of an upper wick on this candle, but we did close above this bearish candle from April 7th. We closed above this high wave candle on April 1st. And you can see this line I have of this downtrend. It looks like we have broke through it. The moving averages are literally right on top of each other. This is the 100 and the 200. The long-term moving averages right on top of each other. It's got earnings early May, allegedly, according to TradingView. I know it's always off a little bit. I do have a covered call for April 30th at 85. I think that expires worthless. I think that we retest this trend line and then chop around, maybe go a little bit higher. But I think we're going to go sideways to slightly bullish into earnings, and then we'll figure out what goes on out there. All right, I know everybody was waiting for this one. Coinbase. So Coin IPO today. And this thing, I think it was a direct listing. The reference price that they gave last night was $250. We all knew it was not going to open at $250. It opened at like $380, and it had about 10 minutes of buying, and then it pooped its pants all day long, pretty much. So I expect Coinbase to continue to go lower over the next few days. I mean, anything can happen. If we do, break out of this candle, it's going to rampage. But the valuation was absolutely insane. I think it got to over $100 billion at the height today. And this is just my opinion. I think that valuation is insane. I would expect this to pull back much further, maybe even back to that reference price of 250. So I'm not buying this. I mean, I would just rather buy Bitcoin or Ethereum. But if you want to buy some Coinbase, again, I don't see any reason to buy a ton of it on the day of the IPO. There's just way too much hype. I got all kinds of text messages this morning. Oh, Coinbase is a no-brainer. This seems like the easiest buy of all time. When everybody is thinking the same thing, then it's probably not the thing to do. So I think that Coinbase is going to continue to pull back. I'm just guessing. I think it might do like what Uber and Lyft did. So have a bit of a pullback, run up, and then like slowly meander lower into earnings. Then maybe it'll chop around. But I don't expect it to do anything tremendous. Just honestly, I think the valuation is absolutely astronomical. None of the regular, like the NYSE, the ICE, or NASDAQ are valued the way that this thing is valued. So, yeah, I would personally just rather own Bitcoin or Ethereum. So I'm not buying any coin. But if you are, just accumulate small share size. It's just my opinion, not a financial advisor. But yeah, the valuation is just way up there on Coinbase. But I know there's some people that are big fans, and are they growing? Sure. But again, it's mainly transaction fees. And if for any reason crypto transactions start to decline, just the volume of them, whether or not they're going up or down, this thing could take some major revenue hits. I think it was 91% of the revenue is just retail trading on Coinbase. I also think that they're going to be facing some stiff competition, similar to like other brokers and exchanges from a stock standpoint, that are going to offer trades with smaller commissions and or free trades over time. Just like what happened in regular equities, I think that'll end up happening in the crypto world as volume increases and all that good stuff. So I think that probably isn't in Coinbase's favor unless they come out with some other way to make money, but we'll see. It's only day one. Just be very cautious buying all the way up here because the valuation's pretty crazy. So yeah, if you like the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, helps that YouTube algorithm, and love life, live life, trade it, everyone. Have a great day.